What would you say is the most important legal education you have ever received in your life? In this video, we are sharing with you the most important legal education you would ever have in your life, pertaining to anything about your life. This is the only legal education you need, and we share it all right here on Make It Legal. I am Gordon Selassie Dapo, and this is Make It Legal. Make it legal. The most important legal education anyone would ever give you is to tell you that you need to speak to a lawyer and get a legal advice. That is the most important legal advice. It's the most important legal education. It's the most important legal information you will ever be told. When the person tells you, speak to a lawyer or find a legal advice or seek legal counsel, that is one of the most important legal education you will ever get in your life. And you think it's not so important? Think about it. You are about to buy your dream house and it's costing $500,000 and you think you don't need a legal advice? You can just go in there, meet the seller and negotiate the price, buy it and go enter into it and start enjoying it. No, it doesn't work like that. You need legal advice. And if you are going to buy that house, the person who comes to tell you that, hey, you need to go seek legal advice before you do this, that person has given you the most important legal education you ever needed in your life. That is so true. Imagine you are going to marry. You talk about marriage in Ghana. There are various types, various implications, and various legal consequences for any of them. And you think you don't need to seek a legal advice? You need to seek a legal advice. Yes, counseling and spiritual advice is very crucial. But what is equally important is a legal advice on the type that best meets the requirements you desire. And how about the person who has just secured a new job and wants to start that new job? Oh, you think because you have already secured the job, you don't need a legal advice to be able to start that job? How about deductions that your employer has a right to make from your salaries? Do you know what percentage is required? And do you know which law has mandated the employer to do that? All of these things are legal implications for just getting a new job that you are about starting. How about those who are seeking to travel outside the country? You want to go abroad and have further education or do something. If you have to pass through the borders of one country to another, it's about immigration or migration of a sort. And you need to get a legal advice because there are immigration experts or lawyers who are there providing advice in these areas. You need to have a legal advice before you take such an important step in life. What are the implications of traveling from here to another country? What do you need to comply with the laws or the immigration laws of that other country? So you just went to the hospital and the doctor had carried out a surgery on you and he has made certain mistakes or he negligently did the surgery and you think you don't need a legal advice? No, you do need a legal advice because those are serious legal issues that the law has remedies for. But until you get legally enlightened about what the implications are under the law, you might not know what to do or what needs to be done about it. So it's important you seek legal advice. Like I'm saying, the most important legal education anybody will ever give you is to tell you to seek legal advice. Well, you don't have a medical problem or any issue with a medical doctor or any issue with an immigration officer or what have you, but you have been arrested by the police and you think you don't need a lawyer to represent you in such a situation? I don't think so. I think you do need a legal advice. If you don't need a lawyer, you need the legal advice to be able to take such a decision within the law, in the confines of the law, and in the manner that is in accordance with what the rules permit. You may probably have any issues to a landlord and you think you don't need a legal advice for such an important thing. You do need a legal advice. Maybe you have a house of your own and airplanes actually pass there and cause disruption to your peace and enjoyment of the land. And you think you don't need a legal advice? You do need a legal advice. Or you think you're in a country where elections are coming and you don't need any legal advice. All you need to know is to go and cast your vote. No, you need a legal advice. So everybody needs a legal advice. So whoever tells you that you need a legal advice has given you the most important legal education you will ever need in your life. Maybe you want to adopt a child or raise kids in another country or in this country, you need a legal advice. So, there are so many other areas of your life that you need a legal advice for. There are some things that are so important And when it comes to legal education, the best and the most important legal education you will ever have in your life is to be told that you need to seek a legal advice. If you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the like button to like the video and share it with a friend as well. I am Godwin Selassie Dakbo, and this is Make It Legal. Make it legal.